Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Devil's Den Hockey. And we have some first news for the New Jersey Devils offseason. Jacob Markstrom is a Devil! Oh, it's about goddamn time. So, really quickly, we got a bunch of news that I'm already out of breath. We got a bunch of news I want to go over. First of all, Jacob Markstrom is officially a member of the New Jersey Devils. Second of all, I wanted to make this video last night, but didn't get a chance to. On the Game 5, Edmonton Oilers versus Florida Panthers. And if you stick around to the end, I've got a really hot take that I want to drop on people. But stick around to the end and you guys will get this. So, first of all, Jacob Markstrom is a New Jersey Devil. Tom Fitzgerald has done it again and has managed to come through on bringing in a top quality starting goaltender who is such an upgrade on everything we had last year. Jake Allen, I love you, but we're not there yet. Jacob Markstrom is now officially a New Jersey Devils. Tom Fitzgerald gave away Kevin Bahl, our 6th or 7th physical D-man, and a first-round pick in the 2025 NHL draft. So not this year, but next year. Everyone thought that once New Jersey had the 10th overall pick in the first round this year, that we would have to sacrifice that pick in order to get a bona fide starting goaltender. But Tom did it, and we didn't have to give up basically anything, okay? Everyone was concerned that Mercer was going to have to go, that Holtz might have to go, that we would lose the top 10 pick in the first round this year. Obviously, the first round pick from 2025 is going to be gone. But hey, Mr. Fitzgerald, thank you so much for giving me Jacob Markstrom. And the best part is, we're not even paying all of his salary, okay? The Calgary Flames are retaining, I think, between 30 to 33% of the remainder of Jacob Markstrom's contract so that we can make room. So we're not even taking on all of his cap space. We have a top 10 pick, and we still have cap room with the increase from this year to go and get us a bona fide stud defenseman and then bolster the second or third line on the forwards. Oh, my faith in this team has been restored. Oh, I feel so good. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll say it again. Tom Fitzgerald might be one of the best GMs in the league. Jacob Markstrom. Now, granted, a lot of people wanted Allmark. I think the price for Allmark was probably going to be too high, and therefore going with Markstrom and having a Markstrom-Allen pairing for this year is so solid. And you know what, if they go down, you still have Kaapo Kakkonen waiting in the wings. And the guy isn't bad. He had some decent time with New Jersey. It's not that big of a deal. But oh, thank God we get the signing for an all-star goaltender. I cannot wait until October to see him lace up the skates for this team. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was having an iffy day. And then I heard the news and I was like, thank God I have something to celebrate today. Alrighty. So, now that is all done, Jacob Markstrom is a Devil. Thank God. Let's move on to Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final. Edmonton Oilers versus the Florida Panthers. Edmonton manages to scrape another win. Snatch another win from the jaws of defeat. Edmonton wins 4-3 in regulation against the Florida Panthers. And we, ladies and gentlemen, officially have a series. 3-2. Edmonton still needs to win 2 in a row. But guess what? They've shown they can already do it. And Florida, get it together, boys. Holy crud. I don't know what happened to Bob. I don't know if he's just like fell off a cliff. I don't know if Florida thought this is just going to be a walk in the park to close this out. And they had moments. They had moments in Game 5 where they showed excellency. In fact, it was 4-1 in the third period, and they put 2 back-to-back goals into make it 4-3, and you can tell Edmonton was looking a little bit nervous. But they didn't get the comeback. But that's okay. That's okay. I said from the beginning, Florida in 6. We're going to Game 6. Florida, please. Please come through. Because if I have to listen to sports panelists one more time talk about McDavid, I might just throw up, okay? Barkov had an unbelievable save in the third period to keep the puck out. Like, goal line save to keep that game like 4-2, 4-3. God, I don't want to sound too pro-Florida because I genuinely don't really care who wins this final. I'm happy either way. I predicted Florida. I would like my prediction to come true. But regardless, if Edmonton wins, great. A team in Canada, my home country, guess have a cup. If Florida wins, great. Good for them. They deserve it. I'm sorry, not deserve it. Earn it. Have earned it. To be fair, so is Edmonton, though. Anyways, both teams played. I shouldn't say both teams. Edmonton came out like a bolt out of a crossbow. They came out so hungry, and they did it again. In the first period, Florida gets a power play, and Edmonton scores shorthanded again for the second game in a row. And once again, it's Connor Brown on the penalty kill, and they put it up 1-0. Skinner played really, really well in last night's game. He played so freaking well. He had a couple of bumps and issues here or there, but overall, like, Skinner played great. Skinner's great. He's got his head square to shoulders. He's been looking good. And there's been a couple of like highlight reel saves that Skinner's make. From coming across post to post to make glove saves to just getting his body in front of stuff. Skinner's looked great. But they're still down. They are still down. Florida, in my opinion, has to close this out on Friday, because if they don't and they push this to 7, I genuinely don't know which way this goes, because quite frankly, the way the Florida is playing right now is not good enough to win the cup. First 3 games, they dog walked Edmonton. Dog walked them. I'm going to take it back. They didn't dog walk them. Edmonton actually played pretty well, but like Florida, you were up 3-0, guys. We're looking at potentially a Game 7 here. Please, God, do something. But yeah, really fun game. Really good game last night. Series is 3-2. We go into Game 6 on Friday. We'll see what happens then. So, on to the hot take. This is a conversation that I have had with a couple of people now, and I think I'm ready to, like, iron this out. I like McDavid. I do. He is arguably, if not obviously, the best player in the NHL right now. Okay? I feel like that's really easy to make that argument. He's arguably one of the best, if not the best guys in the NHL. I like McDavid. He's fast. His hockey IQ is through the roof. You should watch him play, guys. If you haven't watched McDavid, like, don't watch the game. Just watch McDavid. This guy knows where the puck is going before the puck is, Connor McDavid plays hockey like a Russian dude during the Soviet Union plays chess. He knows where that puck is going to be 10 moves before the puck has left the stick of the guy currently holding it. You should watch some of the assists that he's gotten, right? This postseason alone. Even this final alone, he's been unbelievably good. And like some of the assists he's gotten, where like it goes in and he almost looks bored. He was like, yeah, I kind of knew that was going in. Like he knows where that puck is going to be long before anyone else does. He's fast. His hands are made of gold, I'm pretty sure. And a lot of people call him Connor McJesus for a reason. here's my issue, okay? And I might get some pushback, I might get some blowback here, but we'll see. And again, this has nothing to do with McDavid himself. But I am so tired, unbelievably tired of listening to sports panelists on Sportsnet, TSN, whatever it is, just constantly jerking off McDavid with profound wrist speed, okay? I was watching Sportsnet last night, and I understand Edmonton is like trying to push to make history, to win this cup down 3-0. But the entire broadcast felt like it was just pro-Edmonton propaganda the entire time. And when I say pro-Edmonton propaganda, I mean like pro-Connor McDavid propaganda, okay? Here's something that's really bothered me, okay? If you are Sportsnet, if you are TSN, if you are all of these groups, you are supposed to be presenting these games unbiased. You shouldn't be having favorites because you're the person hosting these games. And I understand that the people on said panels are going to have biases. I get that. But if this were any other team, if this was any other player on any other team, they would be getting crucified right now. So let me explain this, okay? I'm going to bring up the Leafs, because I think the Leafs are probably the best example of this. Historically, or I should say the last 10 years, we know that the Leafs can't get past the first round. And that one of the big criticisms of the Leafs is that their big guys do not show up in big moments, okay? Now, I'm going to take that criticism and apply it to McDavid and Edmonton in this Stanley Cup final. Not the playoffs as a whole, but just this caveat for the final. In games 1, in games 2, in games 3, McDavid did shit all. Draisaitl did shit all. Skinner did shit all. Bouchard did shit all. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins did jack all. Zach Hyman did jack all. Okay? And granted, they were putting pucks on net, and Bobrovsky was that good. But they were down 3-0 in a series, and still all I heard was how good these guys are. If you had Nylander, Tavares, Matthews, and Marner, especially right now, who put up 1 or 2 points in 3 games of a cup final when it matters, they would be getting publicly nailed to a cross and torn apart. Okay? McDavid and Draisaitl, on the other hand, and again, this is not a criticism of them in particular, but more so the media's talk about these guys, all they did was talk about how amazing and how good they've played while putting up literally next to no points in the final. They had their team down 0-3. So they did nothing for games 1, games 2, and game 3, but because they played well 2 out of 5 games, somehow they get praise. There is no other, no, that's not true. There is 1 or 2 other superstars in the league that get this kind of treatment, okay? One of them, I think, being Alex Ovechkin, who literally people will jerk off to the end of time, despite the fact that, like, he really doesn't have anything more to contribute to his team in the NHL at this point, besides the record. But you know what I mean? Like, it feels really hypocritical. The fact that, like, we're gonna, like, publicly crucify some of these guys who, like, are on notable teams who can't get the job done or whatever it is because their big guys don't show up. But when Edmonton's big guys don't show up, like, all you hear is praise for them still, regardless of the fact they haven't done anything for the Stanley Cup final, except for 2 out of 5 games where their team was down 0-3 to begin with. Like, holy crud. I don't know. I don't know if this is just me. I don't know if I've gone insane. But, like, Mother of God, like, can we all just take a deep breath, take a step back, and be like, guys, they're only showing up now because their backs are against the wall. And again, if this was any other superstar on any other team, they'd be getting crucified in the media for not showing up when it matters. I know it's a hot take. I know it's a bold one. I know it's coming out of left field. And again, I have no animosity towards guys like Draisaitl and McDavid. I hate the hypocrisy. I hate the hypocrisy so much. Okay. That's going to be it for me, guys. My chest is actually hurting because I'm yelling so much. I'm going to head out of here, guys. There probably won't be a video Friday night. There will probably be a video Saturday morning because unfortunately I am going to be out. I'm not going to be able to watch Game 6. No! But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Until then, guys, adios, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.